Longtime BCAT volunteer and BHS graduate Varys Connolly is now pursuing a career in animation at UMass Lowell. This summer, they returned to their roots at BCAT, interning and producing their live-action series pilot, Mousetrap.
So Mousetrap is a story about Chris Feller and Warren Dynamo, who are recent college graduates who become game designers. Like they form their own little independent like indie dev studio called Mousetrap. And Warren's sister warns Chris and Warren that their game studio sounds like they're like criminals for hire. And that joke ends up spinning off into being a real world problem where they actually get hired by a criminal to commit a crime. And so that's kind of the basis for the pilot, at least.
Connolly spoke to BNEWS on the production of Mousetrap prior to its release.
I would say that the production went extremely well. The writing process took, I want to say, about a year. But when we actually got down to filming, and we filmed over the course of 4 days in multiple different locations, and the crew that I had worked very well. We all had great energy with each other on set. It's coming out really well, so I'm very excited because of how well things went on and off set.
With Mousetrap and other projects, Connolly hopes to share more stories and connect with audiences.
My biggest hope as a creator in general, as well as with these projects in tandem with that, is that I just get to tell my story. I have all of these characters and all these different stories that I want to show people and that I want to tell. And I want to put my creativity into the world, and I want to see how people react to it. I want to see how people interpret it, and I want to see how people connect with it, because I think that when you write a good story, and a relatable one at that, like, people will connect with it and love it. And I'm so curious to see how people are with this story and then the ones that are yet to come in the future.
Connolly advises all aspiring creators to produce the content they wish to see in the world.
A lot of creators you always see it nowadays where people are always jumping on what's popular, jumping on what's trending, jumping on what everyone else is doing, which, it might help you get famous for like a few seconds. But when you create something that is directly from your heart or your soul or your own brain, it's genuine. You know that it's what you want. It's what you want to create, what you like. Don't just create something to hope it'll click. You want to create, because if you create something that you want and you create something that you like and you put it out in the world, if it finds an audience, fantastic, then you can keep creating stuff like that and you have an audience for it and you can just keep going. And if it doesn't find an audience, that's fine. Just go to the next project, take the experience you learned from that project that you just did, bring it into the next one, and just keep doing what you like. And eventually you will find your audience.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNews Weekly.
Mr. Mayor, we have a proposition for you.